Why do we need to learn world grooves? And will learning a groove like this make you a better drummer? Hell, even if it doesn't make you a better drummer, it sounds cool as it said stuff. As it sounds cool as stuff. YouTubers, what is up? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Now, in this lesson, I'm going to be teaching you two things. That exact groove. I'm going to run through that pretty quick because that's not really the point of this lesson. The point of this lesson is exploring why do we need to learn world grooves. So before we answer that question, I'm just going to demonstrate this groove for you. And I say demonstrate because I'm not really teaching it. To me, teaching something slowly with true passion, that's education. That's on Mike'sLessons.com. Demonstrating something by just playing it slowly and just saying, here's the right hand, here's the left hand, here's the foot, that's demonstration. And I'm going to do that now because, like I said, this groove itself is not the point of the lesson. And if you do want to learn this thing properly, one lesson at a time, one limited time, with passion for teaching this, head on over to Mike'sLessons.com because I just launched 2 Mozambique courses. Mozambique 1 walks you through building this basic groove. And Mozambique Course 2 brings you a bunch of variations and teaches you the fills you should do with it. Now let's get into this thing. Hopefully just by watching me put it together like that, you're starting to understand how valuable this stuff can be. Now, as far as the groove itself, it's called the Mozambique. This is from Cuba. It's not related to the country Mozambique in Africa, but I think from all the research I could do, it is a namesake. It's paying homage to that culture. And a lot of times when you hear the term Afro-Cuban, which Mozambique falls into the category of, it's basically a mix of very, very cool syncopated Cuban rhythms and some very beautiful African melodies, which the Mozambique definitely has. So let's get into this in general. Why should we learn world grooves? Well, first of all, world grooves depend on where you live. If you live in Cuba, you're probably not calling this a world groove, you're calling this a groove. So that is all relative, obviously. Now for me, since I'm a California kid, this is a world groove. And this was something that I got into when I was probably around 15 years old. I was introduced to it. The first world groove I was ever introduced to was the samba, and it basically shut me down. Paradiddles over the samba. Was a goddamn nightmare. I literally thought about quitting the drums because up until then it was beats and fills, and I could learn beats and I could learn fills, and then I got to this 4-way independence thing and I just thought, I don't know if I really want to do this that badly. This is extremely hard. But dead serious, guys, getting paradiddles over the samba foot ostinato changed my life because once I did that, then I knew, okay, I can do anything on the drums. I'm just gonna have to take it really slow and be patient with myself. So same thing for you guys. You gotta be patient with yourself. So back to our original question, why should we learn world grooves? What do we get out of this? Well, let's take this Mozambique that I was playing. First of all, that is a shocking amount of 4-way independence, but it's not independence for independence sake, and I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of, can you do flippadiddles and Swiss triplets over here? And all. It's like, I don't know, does it sound good? To me, that's worth doing because it sounds good. Yeah, it's hard and it takes a lot of practice, but it sounds good in the end. It starts to bridge that gap between beats and fills, and then, oh my gosh, I'm making music on the instrument. And that to me is a beautiful thing. Now let's just isolate something. So how about the right hand part? Sounds like a gosh dang Rush song. So you're getting so much experience and growth in the world of syncopation. Syncopation just means any rhythm that's not evenly spaced. So you're getting that, but there's also this bell thing happening, so there's movement. ding, ding, do, ging, ging, do, ging, do, ging, do, ging, ging. And that in itself is going to show up all over the kit. How could that not make you a better funk, fusion, pop, rock drummer? So yeah, it's worth doing. Also, I should probably clarify, this version of the Mozambique I'm doing, this is my version. So I sat on the classic traditional PDF Mozambique for hours and hours, let's call it days and months, non-stop until I found something that I really liked. You know, the traditional bass drum pattern, well, there's a few of them, but let's say the one that you would find in most books is gonna be So we have well, I wanted more forward momentum than that, so I kind of changed the kick to that's a serious foot ostinato to be playing some advanced syncopation against. Rhythmically, a world groove like this is teaching you how the rhythms can actually support each other and how they are interwoven with each other. And that, to me, is going to, once again, help your pop, rock, fusion, funk drumming. And the last thing, and the most important thing I think you're going to get out of world grooves, is a sense of melody. Turning this into a melodic instrument. You know, I don't have a big old Portnoy setup. I've got high tom, low tom, kick, and snare. But I grew up just obsessing over beats and fills. No melody, just beat, fill. Beat, fill. And I love that stuff, I really do. There's nothing wrong with that at all, and trust me, all those old teachers are always like, you shouldn't worry about fills and chops, and then they can blaze. I'm like, oh really? Bob, how'd you get all that stuff down? It was really, yeah, you loved it too, so don't squash other people while they're trying to learn it. I have no problem with that stuff at all. But the difference between this and something like this that's making music on the drum set, and that is a beautiful thing, and that can only enhance all of the other things you do and all of the other genres you want to play. Before we get out of here, I'm going to play this with the drumless track, and I'm going to play just kind of a basic groove. Then I'm going to play the Mozambique, so you can hear how a groove like this enhances certain styles of music. Also, like I said, if you want to learn more about this stuff and you want to learn it step by step, head on over to Mike'sLessons.com, Mozambique Course 1 and Mozambique Course 2. All right, let's check it out with some music. Yes, that drumless track is waiting for you on Mike'sLessons.com. It is actually the drumless track that you get to download in the 2 Mozambique courses. So hopefully you got something out of that. Like I said, this is not about just learning the Mozambique. This is about opening your mind to world grooves in general and realizing, one, these cultures have been around a lot longer than us, and they're a lot more rhythmically advanced than us in a lot of ways. So let's look to Africa, Cuba, Brazil, India, Dominican Republic, the Caribbean. Let's look to them for influence and inspiration. It's only going to make you better as a pop, rock, fusion, funk drummer. So I hope you got something out of this, YouTubers. If you can do me a massive favor and just hit the like button, that helps other drummers find this video and find my channel, and that means a ton to me. But until next time, go practice.